asti na asti iti na asti iti cha vastu-niṣṭhayor eka-sthayor bhinna-viruddha-dharmaṇoḥ avekṣitaṁ kiñcana yoga-sāṅkhyayoḥ samaṁ paraṁ anukūlaṁ bṛhat. There are two parties, namely the theists and the atheists. The theists who accept the Supersoul find the supreme cause through the mystic yoga. The Sāṅkhyite, however, who merely analyze the material element, come to the conclusion of the impersonalism and does not accept a supreme cause, whether Bhagavān, Paramātmā, or even Brahman. Instead, he is preoccupied with the superfluous external activity of the material nature. Ultimately, however, both parties demonstrate the absolute truth because although they offer opposing elements, their object is the same ultimate cause. They are both approaching the same Supreme Brahman, to whom I offer my respectful obeisances. Prabhupada mentioned this many times with the ultimate vision of a devotee. Take an example. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says something interesting. What does he say? He says, in the Bhagavatam it comes, Vadante tattva vadas tattvam ajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmiti bhagavaniti shabdate. What does it say? That there are three conceptions of the absolute truth: Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. Actually, they all describe the Lord. But they are different stages of understanding of God. Brahman understanding is not the ultimate stage. It's the beginning. That's why I said most of the spiritual organizations, the shop is running because they talk about Brahman to some extent. And next, Paramatma, which generally people don't talk about, a very vague idea. Paramatma is another feature of the personality of God, because they are generally, even though they take the banner of spiritualism, people are generally atheist. Asti, na asti. Very nice word. How the astic, nastic comes is so, Sanskrit language is so wonderful, correct? God is there, asti. Asti means it is there. Na asti, he is not there. That is nastic. Astic means who accepts God is there. Because asti, God is there, asti is God is na asti. And actually it is surprising because in Vedic culture, Nastic was very less, some fools. But today it's a fashion to be a Nastic. It's like people will ashamed. You believe in God, and I believe. So, but a devotee is actually very, very wise because he sees things in a very high perspective. Some people say God has form, some people say God has no form. This is a big contradiction. There are two schools of philosophies. A devotee has a higher vision. He is peaceful in both ways. Why? Because God does not have a material form. So when somebody says God does not have a form, he does not have a material form. That's fine. When somebody says God has form, because God has spiritual form. So even though it's a contradiction, for devotee is very peaceful. Just like it is said, the Lord, apanipadam, he cannot walk, but he can walk. It's a contradiction. But for a devotee, actually there is no contradiction. Why? Because he said God does not walk materially. Provided you have devotion, Krishna can come in your one call. Lord Chaitanya descended by the call of Advaita Acharya. Similarly, you are also offering bhoga every day. If you offer a devotion, God can come. Not only come, he is there in the deity form. Correct? You call him, just like Prahlad Maharaj Narasimha Deva came. Hiranyakashipu said, God is there in the pillar. He said, yes, God came. He manifested himself. So it is, and also, so therefore, in Chaitanya Charita, and Srimad Bhagavatam also, Queen Kunti says, Tad atyanta vidammanam. My Lord Krishna, you are bewildering to the conditioned souls. All kind of contradiction reside within you together. You are form, at the same time you are no form. You are the cause of the three modes of material nature, but you are outside the three modes of material nature. You are inside of everything, you are outside of everything. Can anything be possible like this? Is it possible? In front of Queen Kunti it happened. Uttara was attacked with the Brahmastra. Krishna entered the womb in his Paramatma form and he stopped the effect of the Brahmastra and he saved the child, Parikshan. And he was standing in front of them. He is inside and outside. Mother Yashoda was seeing Krishna's mouth to see whether he has eaten mud. She opened the mouth and Krishna chose to be playful in his playful nature. He showed her the whole universe and he showed her also that she is sitting inside the mouth holding his ear. Correct? She saw inside the mouth that she is seeing his mouth inside the mouth. It's a contradiction, So he can be both inside. So because he is not, why God looks contradictory? Because he is totally transcendental. Totally transcendental. Therefore he is contradictory. This is the nature of God. So therefore for a devotee these things are not surprising. And people are approaching, even an atheist finally says God has no form. Means God has no form. We also put them in atheist category. There are many people, they think they're spiritualists after saying that. For us they are nāstīti. And there is an example given. Suppose I say some person exists, but he has no eyes, he has no nose, he has no hands, he has no leg. I am making him zero, no? There are two ways we can do it. One person says God exists. He's a devotee and he worships God. And another person says God does not exist. It's fine. We are fine with him also. But there is one unique kind of person who says, so person who says God exists is theist. Person who says God does not exist is atheist. One very funny variety comes in between. He says God is there, but he has no form. He has no hands, he has no leg. He says he is there, then he is making him zero. This is considered a very dangerous person because they use the Vedic literature to confuse people in this area. In fact, therefore, the Vedic, any knowledge, I said so many times, you cannot just open a university and keep books. You need teachers. It will happen. You have a college, library is there, you go and read, no classes, you give exam. The same way the Vedic literature should be read through the help of a devotee. Otherwise, you will take a wrong conclusion. And this is the result of that. They read certain places it is given arupam, nirakara. Oh, God has no form. Because actually they want to hear that. They are not reading with open mind. Because they don't read other lines which say Shyama Sundaram. Why do not reconcile properly? One side it says, so in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Sarvam etam ritam manye yadavadasi keshava. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth whatever you tell me. What does it say? I totally accept as truth every word you tell me. Arjuna is saying so. So that should be the attitude. These people are not accepting truth in totality. They are only accepting part, not in full. One side they can explain, yes, the Vedas say we have no form and all, they can get some references. But Sarvametam Ritam Manye Yadavadasi Keshava, you have to accept every part. But what about the other part of the literature? Just like in Bhagavad Gita also it says, Krishna was standing in front of Krishna in Rupa or Rupa? Rupa, no? Is it common sense or not? He was standing as some light or person he stood. And then what did Arjuna say? Param Brahma, Param Dhavam, Pavitram, Purusha. You are a personality of God. Again and again, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Aham Adi Videvanam, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. What is this Aham, Aham, Aham? A personality speaking, no? Krishna is saying, no, I am telling you, I am telling you. Correct? So how we can be confused actually? So this is very funny, but somehow people go. But devotee somehow smiles. He knows it is by the Lord's will. And they get into such kind of illusion because they want it. He is very peaceful. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says another part. He says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam te bhajaveham. Then, Mama vartmanum vartante manusya partha sarasaha. Every living entity is obeying me and following me. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Is it true? It's true. Every living entity has to obey Krishna. The devotee, they see the love of Krishna. And the non-devotees, they see the death, God as death. The devotees say God as an object of love, whom they love whole life. And they serve. Correct? Presently we are sadhakas, we are doing service, but our love is not fully awakened. Therefore, we do. But as the devotees, our heart becomes purified and love awakens, we do service to Krishna with great pleasure. Correct? We are in sadhaka stage now, the purification stage. Therefore, unless the heart is pure, it comes to sattva-guna, we cannot offer quality service to Krishna. We have to serve Krishna through this body and mind. We keep this body clean and the mind clean. Then you can offer service to Krishna properly. To keep the mind clean, you should be in sattva-guna. Otherwise, you cannot offer proper service to Krishna. And to be in sattva-guna, you should strictly follow the regulations given in the Shastra. Then you can remain in sattva-guna. So, people are offering service to Krishna through different ways. So we maintain ourselves pure, and then we can offer service to Krishna, and then we can feel the love of Krishna. Correct? Because if you like somebody, you offer him the best. Suppose somebody, you want to give him a gift and you really like the person, you give him the best gift possible within your means. But generally that doesn't happen, because we say we love God, but we offer the worst quality of service. We should offer the best quality of service. That's a devotee. Prabhupada used to say more than first class. And therefore you see Prabhupada made temples more than first class. He wanted. We are not even doing 0.01% of what Acharya wanted. But his zeal was everything should be offered to Krishna with such wonderful quality. That should be our nature. Offering beautiful service to Krishna. Okay. So in this way we can understand, actually apparently there is a vidambanam, but there is no vidambanam. Okay. So devotee is serving Krishna with purity, with clean, as a sadhaka, and with little whatever love he has, he offers service. And Krishna takes charge. For a non-devotee, Maya takes charge. Who takes charge of your life? Just like you are under somebody's protection. Devotee comes under the protection of Krishna. A normal man comes under the protection of Maya. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Kota nidra mayo tare, Pisha chira khole. How long you will sleep on the lap of Maya, because she is a witch. Suppose you go and sleep on the lap of your mother, she will only take care of you. But you get sleep, for an example, lap of a witch, she will only suck your blood. So Maya, we are taking shelter, but Maya is sucking our blood. In a symbolism. The Maya has no business to harass us, but it's punishing us. So it's for us to choose whether you want to see Krishna and offer service to Krishna with love, or you want to see Krishna as death. Therefore Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sir, that mrityu, I am the death for a non-devotee. Devotee doesn't see God as death. You understand? I give a very simple example to illustrate this point. Suppose you are in a classroom. You deal with the teacher with love, with affection. The teacher will also reciprocate with love and affection. Correct? But you ignore the teacher. You make noise in the class. You do not see the teacher with affection. Correct? You don't feel the reciprocation of the teacher. What do you see? Teacher as death. Get out of my class. You see his power to throw you out of the class. That's it. You could never see the personality of the teacher. You could only see the power of the teacher. He made you exit that situation. The same way, the devotees, they are like the good students in the class. Krishna is instructing in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna's instructions are coming actually throughout every instance in life. The devotees are reciprocating. They're feeling the love of Krishna. Correct? Teacher also reciprocate. So they feel the love of Krishna in every moment of their life. That's a devotee. But a non-devotee sees the Lord as death. Get out of this body. I gave you the human body, you didn't use it properly. Get out. You are forced to get out. Correct? Just like a teacher throws it out. That student could never see the smiling face of the teacher. You could never see the personal relationship to the teacher. Correct? For him, teacher didn't make any meaning. He was in his own world. So mostly people are like the spoiled student in the class. Nowadays it is true. Most students are spoiled only. Those are called jokers who sit in the front bench. They are called papas. What do they call them? Some idiots. Correct? They sit in the front bench. Only during exam time they run behind them because they'll give nice notes. They'll photostat and read. Correct? They will be sitting like buddhus. The rest of them sit at the back. There will be some 4 or 5 benches empty if the class has less seats. All sitting at the back. And they don't want to come in the eyes of the teacher because they know they are cheating. They know they are cheating. They know they are not interested in study, simply study. They don't want to najar mein nahi padne ka teacher ke. That is their motto when they enter the class. Just sit. Okay. So people like to be a bad student. The society is also a bad student, even God. They avoid God. They are absorbed in their sinful activities and varieties of sense gratification. They are on samadhi on them. They have no time to think about Krishna. Just like a bad student has no time to hear what the teacher is saying. Forget about implementing. A good student, what he does is hearing. He is implementing. He is asking questions. He is clarifying. Correct? And teacher is so happy that he is participating in the business of the class. The same way the creation has a purpose. But only devotees participate in the business of creation. Not only they accept the God's directions, orders, everything, they also try to preach to others. Just like a best student for the teacher will be, not only he is attentive, he goes to other people and explains to them what he is telling, teacher is telling, and makes them also attentive. Correct? And makes them also follow what the teacher said. And makes them also get educated. Why we go to a college? The business is you should be educated. So we are in this world to be educated in Krishna consciousness. So those people who educate themselves, they accept the instructions of the Lord, they try to follow and understand. And not only that, they're trying to educate other people and make them also interested and to obey and follow the God's laws. They're very, very, very dear to the Lord. Nata tasmad manusheshu kashit me priya krittamaha. That's why one of the qualifications of somebody become madhyama is that he tries to preach. That becomes part of his system. He wants to preach the message to other people. Generally, people are kanishta. They just go to temple maximum, take darshan, and that much only faith they have. If somebody asks them some question, they themselves get confused. So why you go to temple? I get some peace. That's it. No understanding. And that is 99% of the society today. Correct? They go to a place of worship with zero understanding. Because it is my religion, something. They have no understanding. It's not bad, it is good. Better than na asti. At least he says asti. God is there. But if he is there, I should worship him. I should glorify him. Correct? I should serve him. What is this asti and just... But at least this is enough. Asti means go. Just like people go to Tirupati Balaji, take darshan. Asti, God is there. And come back. Come back. Take Bhagavad Gita and read now. The Lord has said something. Correct? Many times people say, well, why the God is not talking to me? He already talked, sir. Bhagavad Gita, his talking is that book. You read that book first. And if after that also you have some question, he will talk to you. Personally, he will talk to you. Suppose you go to somebody, say, can you give me some money? He said, I gave you yesterday 1,000 rupees. You spent it. No. You first spend that, no? He will say or not? So many people say, why God is not talking to you? You go to Krishna, please talk to me. What Krishna will say if he can talk to you? Or you are qualified to hear him. I give you Bhagavad Gita. You read that. Then you come. You got it? You first spend the money that I have already given, then I'll give you more. If you not spend that, what is the use? So Krishna has already given the message, which is Bhagavad Gita, recognized by all the acharyas as the message of the Lord. Please hear it first, once properly. After that, still you have questions, definitely Krishna will talk to you. But not before that. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.